Hi guys, in today's video we're going to talk about UK citizenship programs. Next to me my colleague Sam, he's a senior citizenship advisor, and he's going to tell us a few words about the programs and options that are available at the moment.
Sure. Thank you for having me, Vitaly.
Thank you.
It's actually a good topic now with Brexit being well into the UK and the formalities of how things are being done economically and on a personal level in the UK with residencies and workers, etc. It's a good time because they've actually relaxed a lot of the rules. So a lot of the programs that were there previously have been made a lot easier to deal with. The rules and regulations have been dropped. So there's three main categories that we deal in. One is the Tier 1 Innovator program, where you need to invest a minimum of £50,000. That wouldn't be into a new and innovative company. It has to be innovative. You cannot just go and invest in, a baby shop or something. It has to be something that's new to the market. It's good also, that program, you don't necessarily have to stay in the country. Normally you have to be there for 6 months each year. If you choose not to do that, you can. However, you will be delaying getting your permanent residency by doing that, but it suits some clients. The next program is if you're a business owner here or anywhere in the world. As long as you're the minority shareholder, we can create a branch for you in the UK.
Okay. Can you tell us how it all process works? Like, what is the first step? What is the next step? Because, like, why I decided to make this video, a lot of my clients, they asking me about these options, the citizenship by investments. Yeah, and I don't know, UK, I think it's one of the most popular destinations so far, so the most benefits. I think it's the most difficult to get, but also it's in the highest demand as well.
I agree with you. I mean, a lot of people believe it's the most difficult to get simply because a lot of other nations allow you to invest in a property.
Yeah. Let's say like Turkey, you just pay $250,000 and you get the passport.
Exactly.
Months, right?
In the UK, because the property market is so strong, they don't need to initiate that program. So what they do is they try to either allow you to bring a company to the UK or invest in a new company. So the processes are slightly different for each of the programs. Basically, we take a lot of your background documentation and information, your high school, university degrees, your financial stability, and bank statements really, to show if you're an eligible client. Then we start to formulate your immigration application. We get the necessary approvals from all the certain parties in the UK. It takes on average around 4 to 6 months. And then you get your
to start the process, right?
From start to finish, from the start until you get your residency.
Okay.
The Tier 1 Innovator, it's a 3-year program. It's the first time they released such a quick program. The other programs are 5 years. So the final program we have now is, luckily, again, because of Brexit, before all of the skilled worker jobs that you see were done by the government on a government level. If they need doctors or nurses or mechanics or whatever it may be, the government would source these. Now they've privatized it.
Okay.
So if you have a specific skill set, particularly in the banking sector, fintech, media, health and education, or electromechanical or engineering, let's say, these jobs are required in the UK at the moment. So if you have those skills, again, we ask for around 4 to 6 months to provide you with a guaranteed job if you are an eligible client. That's again for 5 years.
Okay. Okay, so let's say example, now we have a client who wants to, let's say he lives and works in UK. For some reasons he lives and works in UAE and he wants to move to UK. So what is the first step? So he comes, first the consultation, he gives you the documents, his diplomas, what his background, CV, or how it works.
So we will test their eligibility. So for example, we will ask, are they a business owner or are they an employee? What's their financial situation, their family situation? These programs, especially for the dependents and the children, the threshold and the limit is 18 years old.
Okay.
So we ask a lot of these important questions. What is their plan for the future? Do they just want the residency or a passport, or are they looking to move to the UK? So we were able to formulate and provide them with a guidance route on which program suits them the best.
Okay.
The prices are pretty all similar for each program. It all depends on what they are capable to do on a financial or a personal level.
Okay. So let's talk about the prices. So what is how there is a payment plan, what is the first payment, and how much money you need total to, let's say, to relocate or to get the
Perfect. So for the Innovator program, you need a minimum of £50,000.
£50,000
to invest. Now that investment only comes after we get the approval for you. Okay. So up until then, you just need to show the bank statements. Our charge for that process is £15,000, and it's paid in 5 separate payments. So when you sign the contract with us, 5,000. After we get you the endorsement letter, there's another £5,000. However, there is a charge here for the endorsement letter, which is an additional £6,000, which goes directly to them, not to us. And then once you get your residency, the final 5,000. So everything happens very systematically. For sole rep, again, it's 15,000. Starting the contract, we build your business plan from start to finish. We get it approved by the government, and then again, once you are submitting for your residency, you pay the final 5,000. Now, for the skilled work, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more expensive. However, we are providing you a guaranteed job with a guaranteed salary. So the program starts at £22,250, but you'll be getting a job, let's say, no less than £33,000 as salary.
Annual.
Yeah, annually, yes.
Okay. All right. And for this program, so you pay 22,000, but you don't need any other investments, right?
No, absolutely not. It's just they're taking you on board based on your skill set and your professional background. That is a 40-40-20 split. So we take 40%, we find you a job, we merge you with the company in the UK. Once everything's done and you get your offer letter, we take the next 40%. And then once you get the approval from the UK, the final 20% is deposited. Then you'll go to the UK. We help you through the whole process. So another good thing is all of our programs are premium. We don't just get you the residency and say enjoy, go to the UK. We help you throughout the whole process until you get your passport.
Okay. So from A to Z, actually.
A to Z, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now about the passport. So what is the process? How soon you can get the passport? So I think most of the applicants, their target is to get the passport.
Of
right?
course. So the main objective is the passport. However, for a lot of families, especially being in these regions, schooling can be quite expensive. So healthcare and education are the main reasons.
Will be covered by government there, yeah. So if you have citizenship, you will be covered by government.
Precisely. So those are the main things. The healthcare is covered by the government. The education up until university level is covered by the government. So it's a very big incentive, especially when the kids start getting older.
Yes.
And unfortunately, in these regions, you can't set any real roots down.
Yeah.
So yeah, the process here is moving forward for the passport. As long as you're meeting the criteria. So for most of the programs, it's spending 6 months in the country each year.
Each year. For how many years you should do?
For Innovator, it's 3 years, and then for the other 2 programs, it's 5 years each. Yeah.
So for Innovator, it's after 3 years, you have a chance to get the passport after 3 years.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the first time actually they brought this program out. Yeah.
So the other one is 5 and 7.
No, 5 and 5.
5 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 and 5 years.
So you have to run your branch in the UK for 5 years, and for skilled worker, you need to maintain a sponsored tier 2 workers visa for 5 years.
Okay. Another question from your experience, from all the applicants, what is the rate of like the success and rejections? Like on the, I think there is can be rejection on the early stages, or maybe they won't be qualified, or also can be at the final stages, right?
Yeah, I mean generally because of the due diligence we do as a company, we don't take on board clientele that we know may have a less than significant chance to get approval, simply because we provide a guaranteed refund on all of our programs.
Okay.
So no company is in the habit of giving refunds and doing loads of work for no reason.
Yeah.
So that's why our eligibility process is quite strenuous, because we make sure that the client is solid. Our success rate is 95% and above. So we hold that very proudly, because we don't want to waste any of the client's time and our time. If they're not eligible, maybe we can add a few things to make them more eligible.
All right, so we were talking about the success rates here. So what is the success rate of the applicants that come to you?
Right, well, like I was saying, the due diligence we do on each client is very significant. So we make sure that they are eligible. We don't want to waste the client's time or our time. So we not only make sure we check their background, but we give them a guarantee on this process. If we as a company, for whatever reason, are not able to provide them with the result they are looking for, we give them a refund.
Okay,
Yeah.
full refund?
Full refund, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And the second question, is there any limitations by the nationalities, or like maybe some nationalities more easier to get, some nationalities more difficult? How it works?
Very good question. The UK government holds no prejudice as long as you have the necessary background in academic or educational skills, or you have enough cash flow, or resources, then there's no limitations. There's not even an age limit for this program. However, there is one country that we are not able to deal with, that's North Korea. So a lot of people assume if you're from Iran, Afghanistan, Yemen, that the UK will automatically reject them. That's not the case. If you fit the criteria, you are more than eligible.
So officially only North Koreans, you're not accepting the applications, but any other nationality is okay?
More than fine, yes.
And also another question, so the person should, it's not necessarily the person should be in UAE or be resident here to apply for this program. Yes, so even if they, let's say in India, in Pakistan, or anywhere in Asia or other countries, you can do it on a distance, on a Zoom, or how it works?
Another great question. So remotely, everything can be done, unless the client wants to sign the contract physically, that's up to them. They can visit our office here or in the UK once they land as much as they want. But to get the process done, they just send us all the documents we require. We'll start to build their immigration application, and once they need to physically submit at the final stage with their passport, we will send everything to their home country, and they will submit the documents with the authority there. So either the embassy or VFS.
Embassy or VFS in their country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So then we were talking about the cost of the programs, but except this cost of the program, what other expenses? Let's say the first program for 3 years. There's £50,000 for opening a business. 15,000 it's your services, and for the 3 years he should spend every year at least 6 months. So let's say it's another like 1.5 year living in UK. So as you are from UK, tell us about the cost of living there and how much money the person really need. And maybe also about the cities, because like I believe it's not necessarily you need to go to London. You can go to any other city. What other cities, and which city is the best in your opinion to
Absolutely.
To move?
The good thing is with this program is you can go to any UK country. So Scotland, Ireland, Wales, it doesn't really matter. Wherever the situation or the opportunity is, you can go there. Very good point as well, it doesn't have to be London at all. London is generally around 75% more expensive than the rest of the region. So if you're looking to hold a semi-decent lifestyle as what you're comparing to here, you can go to places like Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds. They have also surrounding great universities. It's a decent place to grow up kids as well. So there's no specific or set criteria. Now in terms of the price of living, generally, for anyone doing this program, regardless of the program, I would advise them to have at least around £100,000. That's including the program and additional living costs. It depends on the client's personal situation as well. A lot of clients decide to shift 6 months, so they need to keep their house here. They will now need to rent a house or buy a house in the UK, which we can also assist with, by the way. So it depends on their situation, how many kids they have, if they want an apartment or a house, but generally for a family of 4, you're looking at around between £600 to £1,000 in terms of rent.
A month.
Yeah, a month, yeah. So it's quite similar to the prices here. You can get cheaper as well, but then you're looking at being further away from the center of the city. And another thing we've found is through surveys that we've conducted, in-house, generally the cost of living is around 30% cheaper actually. It's quite interesting, but if you think about it, the major chunk of living is rent, schools, medical, etc. So those two things, the major medical and schooling, is free.
But it's free even from the very beginning, or it's after you get the citizenship? When you get the free education and free medical?
Very good question. As soon as you get the residency, then everything becomes free.
Everything free.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually it's from the very beginning,
once
you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us, what are the main reasons why people decide to choose these programs and to move to UK and to get the passport?
The UK, specifically the kids. It's always the kids, the standard of education, the healthcare for them. And also Dubai is very diverse in terms of the nationalities that live here, but in the UK, they have chances to excel a lot further. So it's always the kids, and the standard of education is number one.
All right, so perfect. I think that is mostly we clear all of the main points. And let's do the summary, maybe like the main points, how we start, how it works, and what is the result, we get in the result.
Great, so it's very simple. We check the client's eligibility through all the documentation, their financials, if they have a company, if they're an employee, what their skill level is. And then we give them an advised route on which program would be more suitable. Like we mentioned, anybody that's doing this would need at least, let's say, £100,000 to do this. So once we categorize them, it's very simple. They make a deposit for the first payment on signing the contract, and we start to take all their documents for processing. Once we get the approvals from the UK government and the Home Office, we submit officially online, and then we wait for a date to physically submit the documents with their passport. Most of the programs take between, let's say, 4 to 6 weeks. Upon some Corona and COVID delays, there could be an additional waiting period, but generally we're looking at around 4 to 6 weeks, months, 4 to 6 months, yeah.
Okay.
Documents required is very simple as well. For the majority of it, we need bank statements, police report, an English test, IELTS 5.5 general, and your academic background and your travel history. It's very, very simple. They will do the background check on you.
And as we mentioned before, it's not necessarily you need to be present in Dubai. Even if you are somewhere in the
anywhere in the world,
country, anywhere in the world, you can do it on Zoom, the consultation, and then submit the documents, and everything is fine. We can do it everything remotely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect, guys. Thank you very much for watching. For more information, you can always contact me. My contact details below. I'll be glad to meet you here in the office with Sam. Sam is my colleague. Actually, in Aqua Properties, we have different departments. We have a real estate brokerage, development, property management, and we have the department for the citizenship by investment. Today, we talked about the UK citizenship, but also there are other programs that you offer. And so maybe in the future, if we get a response from you, maybe we will make a video about other options as well.
Click like.
Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Vitaly.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon.
Video.
Take care, guys.